Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I want to continue where I left off, coming to you from my workplace. Last time I left off where I was talking about the reasons why most marriages fail, and I said that the two of the reasons why most marriages fail are lack of priority, not prioritizing the marriage, misprioritizing, or should I say misplaced priorities, right? Misplaced priorities. And I said ill-preparedness, that a lot of people enter into the marriage covenant with zero to no preparation at all. And it's funny, or it's a pity that there are a lot of people who think that cohabitation is equal to premarital preparation. Yes, some people think that if they live together, pretending to be married couples for 5 years, for 10 years, then that will give them guarantee that number one, their marriage will succeed. Number two, they will never separate. But nothing could be any further from the truth. Nothing could be any further from the truth. And how many people do you know that have lived together for 10 years as so-called partners, and then after 10 years they decided, I think now we have test-driven each other. We have now, I think, have the evidence that we will have a successful marriage relationship, only to be shocked 2 weeks after the wedding, 1 month after the wedding, 1 year after the wedding, and the whole thing's come crumbling down. We know famous people that have fallen for this thing, famous people that are every day in our news. We have relatives and friends and colleagues, well-known people in our society, not so well-known people in our societies, who have gone down that route, thinking that they can just ignore premarital preparation, premarital counseling, thinking that they can just ignore all of that and then go straight into cohabitation, and then use cohabitation as a false. It's a pseudo preparation for marriage. But my friends, just know this once and for all, that will never ever work. Cohabitation, ignoring the very basic yet simple process of premarital counseling, is not going to help you and your husband and your wife, not in the short term and not in the long term, most definitely. So ill preparation is a pity. Ill preparation is a real issue, and you'll meet people every day who are ill prepared for marriage. They know nothing about conflict resolution. They know nothing about building trust, and they're still filled with a lot of fantastic ideas. And then I said misplaced priorities, and I say that in the context of not putting God in his rightful place in our marriage relationships, in our premarital courtship, courtship before marriage, not putting God in his rightful place, not putting the word of God in its rightful place as the foundation and the guiding manual for a successful marriage, for our marriages. And I also use that in the context of on how we should be treating each other in marriage. That you find that a man puts his job in first place before his wife and kids. You find a woman who puts her career first before her family. You find a man who puts his career first before his family. A man who puts money first at the first place before the marriage. And therefore, for him, money is the most important thing. His job is the most important thing. For her, her career is the most important thing. And the marriage suffers. The marriage is being suffocated. The relationship is being suffocated because the priorities are not in the right place. And that's why you find a lot of people, they say, I just want to get married so that I can have a wife. So I can have a wife and get rid of the shame of being lonely. So that is a very selfish reason, and also seriously misplaced priorities. Really, you just want to get married so that you can have a wife. Okay, and what about her? What about her? So you just get married so you can have a wife. She's at home, you're at work bragging that you are married, and you're not paying attention to your wife. You're not paying attention to your wife. You're not building the relationship. The only thing you care about is the fact that you are married. And yet you care nothing about enriching this relationship. You care nothing about seeing that this relationship thrives and flourishes. Yes, indeed. Marriage is not designed for your happiness. Your happiness is not the central focus of your marriage. And so if you misplace your priorities and say, I want to get married so that I can have a wife, or whatever other reasons that are so self-centered, then you have just set yourself up for disaster, for failure. You have set yourself up for a very disappointing run in that marriage. So, but I'm not saying that marriage is... I'm not saying that marriage is a miserable place to be. Absolutely not. As I said before, I repeat myself again that marriage is wonderful. Marriage is fun. Marriage is lovely. There is a lot of joy and happiness and fulfillment if you do things right. But provided that you follow the right principles, provided that you follow the right guiding steps, provided that you do things in the proper manner, then you will truly enjoy the fruit of a fruitful marriage, of a joyful marriage, of a happy marriage. Yes. Then you truly enjoy the joy. You will really enjoy the success of that marriage. And so I just wanted again to bring that message home. Of course, you can list an endless list of reasons. You can list endless reasons for why marriages fail, so many, and I don't have time, and that is not the scope of this video, right? You can really use so many reasons, but probably in my next video I could talk about the reasons why people get married, reasons why people choose to get married, and then look at why some of those reasons are a total disaster. And you can bank on the fact that if anybody gets married with those reasons, founded on those reasons, using those reasons as the reason for their marriage, then you can be sure for a fact that that marriage will not succeed. That marriage will not go far, right? So I'm going to deal with those reasons, and then as we navigate ourselves on this wonderful topic, it's really one of my favorite topics. I should say it's my most favorite topic to discuss: foundations of a Christian marriage. The foundations of a Christian marriage is my most favorite topic in marriage because it's where marriages stand or fall. It's what makes or breaks a marriage. If your marriage is built on the right foundation, it will succeed. If your marriage is not built on the right foundation, then woe unto you. Because in any case, you still have to go back. If you did not build your marriage on the right foundation, you still have to go back and build the right foundation. If you don't build the right foundation, if you don't go back to building on the right foundation, then woe unto you. So I don't mean to end my video with a woe unto you, but it's a very, very serious thing. A lot of homes have been broken, have been damaged, have been destroyed. A lot of marriages have failed. They have really failed. A lot of marriages have failed because of people not taking care to do such simple things as building on the right foundation. And we'll also later on look at what that foundation should consist of. And yes, what that foundation should consist of. And I've already begun in any case to expound on that, that the foundation must be built on the Word of God. The foundation must be built on God Himself. God must be in His proper place in your marriage. The Word of God must be in His proper place. And then you must also undertake serious premarital counseling. If you have skipped the step of premarital counseling and you are already married, it's not too late. It's not too late to find a marriage counselor and then begin to do what you should have done in the very beginning. Yes, it's not too late. And in any case, and as I like to say, you can never over-prepare for marriage, and you can never have too much marriage counseling. You can never have too much premarital counseling. So if you have never had premarital counseling, I would highly encourage you to begin if you are still preparing for your marriage. And if you are already married, then I would encourage you to find a counselor, go to your pastor, go to somebody, and undergo serious training, serious instructioning, serious help, serious guidance, so that you can avoid the traps that have that have brought many marriages down to the ground. All right. See you in the next video, dear friends.